Star Wars Visions. The episodes ranged from amazing to what? Star Wars Visions is an anthology series on Disney Plus that sees 7 of the world's best anime studios create 9 different standalone shorts. Notable among the voice cast are Lucy Liu, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Simu Liu, and David Harbour. This one's going to be really simple. If you haven't seen Star Wars Visions and you have Disney Plus and you're a fan of Star Wars, then you need to be watching this. I mean, you need to give it a shot because it's literally like they gave these 7 anime studios, they gave them the keys to the kingdom and they said, go wild. Just do whatever you want to do. And it doesn't even have to fit into canon. It doesn't even have to make a whole lot of sense. It's here's the universe, go play in it. And I have to say, that's pretty cool. I'll also say that if you're an anime fan, then yeah, you should totally check it out. And of course, if you're an anime and a Star Wars fan, then you've probably already seen it. So you're just waiting to hear me talk about the episodes. So I don't honestly want to spend a whole lot of time in non-spoiler territory because I've told you what I think. I mean, it's worth watching. There's going to be some episodes that are going to be completely up your alley. And just like any anthology type series where there's a bunch of different creators, doing, I wouldn't say similar stuff, but that they're doing stories in the same universe, you're going to have some that are going to hit better than others. I'll tell you my least favorite, which I'm not going to tell you what it is until later on in the spoiler section, but my least favorite has a lot of fans. Like, I was on Twitter and was looking at some of the individual episodes to see what other people thought. And there were people that loved the one that I was like, yeah, I didn't like that one. So yeah, it's going to be one of those situations where each one plays to almost a different type of Star Wars fan, which I think is really, really neat. This opens the door a little bit to maybe having some anime studios like this create some stories that are canon, right? Like let's get them working on something like, let's say that TIE Fighter animated short that came out a few years ago. The people weren't paid for it. They weren't, just because they were fans of Star Wars, and they made this short, and it was amazing. Think about some of these Star Wars adventures shorts that are on YouTube. I think those are amazing. In fact, I'm like, when are they going to make a full length Star Wars adventure type thing? Because I love that. I think it's really, really good. So really, that's about it, non-spoiler wise. So my suggestion is, yes, if you have Disney Plus, I'd say give it a shot, because I think there's a pretty good chance that there's going to be at least one that's going to hit those buttons for you, and it's going to be really, really good. Otherwise, let's get into some spoilers about some of these individual episodes. I have to be honest, I kind of wish they'd saved the duel until later on, because the duel was my favorite of all of the episodes. The Duel by Kamikaze Duga is about a wandering stranger with a mysterious past who defends a village from powerful bandits. This one was right up my alley. I mean, as a big fan of Kurosawa, this was one that, for me, it hit all the right notes. I mean, it was just, it's beautiful. And I really liked watching some of the special features that are available on Disney Plus as well about some of the individual episodes. The creators sit down and sort of outline, some of the thought processes they went through, in the creation of the characters and their developing of the story and the animation style that they chose to work in. It's awesome stuff. So I would highly recommend that if you've already seen it, and I hope you have at this point. But yeah, I would suggest go watching those too if you're interested in that. I think it's amazing stuff. And I will also mention that in this one, notable among the voice cast was Lucy Liu and Joe Achman. If you don't know Joe Achman, well, I interviewed him. I interviewed him on the channel here, and it was really, really cool to see him tweet about it. He actually tweeted about his involvement in Star Wars Visions, and I couldn't be happier for Joe. So, yeah, that was awesome. Next up, we have Tatooine Rhapsody by Studio Colorido. It's about a band with big dreams who must save one of their own from Jabba the Hutt and Boba Fett. This one was the biggest like, I mean, like I said, the way that it started was like, oh my god, that the duel was so amazing, and then this one was like, what? What is this? This is what? It's basically about a a Padawan who I guess during the purge falls in with these people, aliens or whatever, this hut that they're forming a band, and I'm like, I mean, this one was just, it wasn't bad. It was just confusing and was like, this is really strange. But we've got in the cast, we had Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bobby Moynihan, and Tamura Morrison as Boba Fett, which was kind of cool. But again, the look of this one, I wasn't a huge fan of. It just didn't hit for me. The third episode was called The Twins by Studio Trigger. Twins born into the dark side clash aboard a massive Star Destroyer. This one was just weird. Like, it's almost like the people that were doing this one, they had heard about some things in Star Wars, but they'd never actually seen the movies because it was just strange. It was a strange one, and like a lot of the powers didn't make sense, and then there was this element of I don't know, like the twins, and they were both born from the dark side, but one is good. I just didn't. This one didn't click for me. It just didn't work for me. Again, notable among the voice cast, we had Neil Patrick Harris and Allison Brie in this one. So, I mean, it was okay, but it was and actually quite beautiful to watch, like visually, striking, but just didn't work for me. The next one, The Village Bride by Kinema Citrus. A Jedi on the run takes in the unique customs of a remote village under threat by a warlord. Yeah, I didn't have much to say about this one other than it was okay, right? It's still like it's another example of like they just don't quite understand what makes Star Wars Star Wars. Like I don't understand. I don't know. It was a weird one. I will say though, it was visually very beautiful and the music was top notch. I really, really enjoyed watching it. It didn't really stick with me. The next one was The Ninth Jedi by Production IG. The daughter of a lightsaber smith is pursued by dark forces while on a dangerous mission. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit, even though, again, it's almost as if the people had never actually seen Star Wars and like the. I don't want to say rules, but there are things that have been established for many, many years, and this one was just, it was way out there. But again, I kind of appreciate that, right? I kind of appreciate this idea of just like, just go nuts. You guys just go nuts. Do your thing. You've seen Star Wars, right? Make a story. And that's just kind of neat. And again, this is another example of that just being kind of like, wow, that's really, really cool. Notable among the cast was Simu Liu, who recently was Shang-Chi. So that was very interesting to see. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. The next one on the list is Toby 1 by Science Saru. And this is about a cybernetic boy who dreams of being a Jedi, and he discovers a dangerous truth about his creator. Again, this one was another one where I was confused as to, it was like, Pinocchio, but in Star Wars. This one didn't really hit all the notes for me. It was cute. It was definitely cute, and it had a cool visual style. I enjoyed watching it, but I don't know. I just was kind of like, yeah, that's okay. And the music was really, really good. And notable among the cast, Kyle Chandler. The next one on the list is probably my second favorite out of the list, and this was The Elder by Studio Trigger. A Jedi and his Padawan pursue a dark and powerful presence. This one was really kind of neat because it almost started off where I was like, is this whole episode going to be about a conversation? But no, we get into some actual story and some actual action. It's pretty fun to watch, and I recognized some voices, but I wasn't quite sure. But then when the Elder comes on screen, yeah, I knew immediately who that was. That is James Hong, and David Harbour plays the Elder Jedi, not the old Sith Lord, I guess you could say. That is James Hong. But I really enjoyed this one. It still didn't hit everything that I wished, like the duel did for me, but it was still really, really good. The 8th episode is called Lop and Ocho by Geno Studio. As a family is torn about what to do when the Empire encroaches on their planet. And this one was very like I'd seen this story before as an actual Asian film. Like I'd seen, this power struggle between, a man and his daughter, and I guess their adopted daughter, who was a rabbit, I guess. Like there were things where I'm just like, I don't quite understand why, why some of this is, but I actually enjoyed the story quite a bit, even though, like I said, it almost felt like it was from something else, like I'd seen it before. It's not bad, like at all. It's not bad at all. I just found it to be very strange, and like the rabbit, I was confused about. But I mean, I guess there's been stranger things in Star Wars. It's almost like they saw that one rabbit in the old Marvel comics and decided, hey, let's run with that. And finally on the list was Akakiri by Science Saru. A Jedi returns to his forbidden love to help defend her kingdom from a Sith-like shogun. For this one, look, I got to be honest with you. This one didn't hit for me at all. Like I didn't really like much about this one. Period. I didn't like the animation style. I didn't like the way that the story progressed. In fact, the animation style was so distracting for me that it was hard for me to connect with it. Notable among the cast was Henry Golding and George Takei, but this one is the one where, like I said, it's my least favorite of all of them, but there are big fans of this episode. Like, people were saying this one really spoke to me, and this one really... So, I mean, again, through all these, I think there's going to be something for everybody. So, Star Wars Visions, what did you think about it? I mean, I think it's really super cool that Lucasfilm, basically just told these creators to just go crazy, do what you do, just have fun. And I think that's really, really cool and might open the door for some more stuff down the road. So, let me know down below what you think and we'll talk about it. So, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you on the next one.